Yo YouTube, it's Burgerstar. Welcome back to the channel and another build video. This week came with a new patch and one of my favourite exotics got a rework. That's right, Gyrfalcons Hauberk. Now did I say that right? I have no idea, but you can tell me in the comments. Gyrfalcons rework now reads, after being invisible, your void weapons now gain Volatile Rounds. Yes, you heard me, Volatile Flow is basically back because of this rework. Now don't worry, it still has its old perks because we still get the damage boost from finishing a target while invisible and grants the reserve overshields. It's basically just got a massive buff. Getting into the subclass setup which makes the build so broken, we will start with the main part, which is the aspects. The first and most important is Stylish Executioner. How this works is when defeating a weakened, suppressed or volatile target, it will send you invisible. So that means every time you get a kill with Volatile Rounds from Gyrfalcons, you will go invisible and you'll gain massive wall hacks. I mean true sight. What is also so great about this is when coming out of invis granted from the aspect, it actually refreshes the timer of Volatile Rounds, which is crazy. And it gives you constant uptime as you refresh the timer and go re-invis when you kill another target. For the second aspect, you want to go with Vanishing Set, which is a great way to start off the play loop we just went through. Pairing this with Gambler's Dodge, it also becomes an easy way to refresh your Smoke Bomb, which can be used offensively to weaken something and proc invis from Stylish Executioner. For your grenade, I highly recommend the Vortex, but you could use the Suppress if you wanted to use something like the Collective Obligation Exotic Pulse Rifle with the build, which is very powerful. For the fragments, you want to go with Echo of Persistence, which will increase the duration of your void buffs applied to you, which you can benefit from all three of them with this build. Nuts, right? Next is Echo of Starvation, to grant you Devour when picking up an Orb of Power. This will also be one of those void buffs that will benefit from the last fragment. Next is Echo of Remnants, to increase the duration of your grenade. If you do use the Suppressor Grenade, you can change this one out. Lastly, Echo of Undermining, to make your grenades weaken targets, so this synergizes great with the aspect Stylish Executioner. It does come with a -20 stat penalty to your discipline, but trust me, it's worth it. Right, let's go through what weapons I would recommend using for this build. Now obviously any void weapon will work with this build, so have fun with that, and as we said earlier, Collective Obligation is also a really good option. This can be used in Grandmaster content with anti-barrier being tied to pulse rifles too. I personally recommend to use any weapon with the Repulsor Brace perk. Repulsor Brace will give you an overshield when defeating a void debuff target, so when killing something with Volatile Rounds, you now also get an overshield too, which benefits from the Fragment Echo Persistence we talked about earlier. The main weapon I have been using is the Unforgiven SMG from the Duality Dungeon. This can be farmed from the Vault encounter really quick with a fire team. We also have SMG Overload this season, so this can be used in the endgame as well. Time to move over to the mods and complete this build. In the helmet, you want to run on Void, so that you can run Reaping Wellmaker, which will spawn a Void Elemental Well from your next weapon kill after activating your class ability. Another mod you want to run on the helmet is Harmonic Siphon, which will make your Void weapon Rapid Final Blows spawn an Orb of Power, which will help proc Devour from the Echo of Starvation fragment. For your gauntlets, you can throw on Elemental Loadings to create Elemental Wells on grenade kills. You want to run your chest piece on Void as well, and run the mod Well of Tenacity to reduce damage taken when picking up a Void Elemental Well. On the boots, which I always run on Solar so that I can have recuperation, I add the mod Bountiful Wells to spawn additional wells. Finally, the class item. I personally run Font of Might for the extra damage, but you could also run Font of Wisdom for the intellect boost. You can also use the mod Lord Kelvin's Basilisk, which gives you overload grenades, but don't worry, this build works without the help of any of the seasonal mods. Now the build is complete and you can go enjoy this busted build and have a lot of fun using it. And of course, if you liked this video, you guessed it, like the video, subscribe to the channel for extra Destiny 2 content, and for now, take care of yourselves and I'll see you in the next one.